just means opportunities. Whether that's interacting with students or getting an opportunity to have your tuition paid for and also build professional skills, it's just all about saying yes to evolving as a person. My advice to people interested in becoming a GA is just apply to anything you might be interested in, because personally I'm a public health major, but this is social media and enrollment. But I've learned so many valuable skills I could carry into any profession here that I might not have thought of before. So just apply to anything that you're interested in just a little bit and see what comes your way.
I knew I wanted to work on campus. It was very convenient to be working here while going to school at SRU. How the schedules are set up are great. But I also knew I wanted to have some professional working experience. It has amazing benefits. I feel like I've learned a whole lot working in a specific department. It's a great experience to get in higher education. You're working with the people that make the decisions and you're kind of seeing the whole effort that's put into it before it's rolled out to students.
I had jobs before, but I never had like a professional office job, so I got to see like that aspect with being a GA, and it's taught me a lot of like time management skills, especially with handling grad school and the GA, because it is a full-time, so it is quite a commitment.
But it was whenever I actually interviewed for the orientation position with Robert that I kind of saw a newfound value in it. Just seeing the positivity, the energy, just the demeanor he brought to the position. I thought there was so much I could learn from him, that the value shifted less the financial aspect and more the professional and personal development opportunities that I had here. I think the best advice I could give you is really like kind of scout out and make sure the position's the right fit for you. The supervisor is huge. That's the person who's going to be kind of your mentor, your role model, and you want to make sure it's somebody that you can build that strong relationship, somebody you get along with, and somebody you can learn a lot from.
I decided that I wanted to be a grad assistant because I really wanted to get like a unique experience that I wouldn't get anywhere else. And it's really helped me put a lot of the skills that I've learned in, for example, my Helping Relationships course, where you learn, you get like experiential learning about the types of techniques that you'd use in a counseling setting that you don't like necessarily think of.
It's nice because you get to be more interactive with the students on campus. It's a mentoring program, so you also get to mentor a bunch of different backgrounds and everything, so it's a good experience.
First of all, obviously it pays for your tuition, so you get to go to grad school basically for free, because then we also get a stipend on top of that. But way more important than that is actually the professional development. So for me, I'm in the student affairs program here at Slippery Rock, and I want to work on a college campus someday. So I get to work with students every single day. I'm gaining so much learning from John Rindy and from the other professionals in this office, and I get a lot of autonomy in this office, so I get to do kind of what I want to do. So basically just look for an office that you're going to vibe with and something that you're going to enjoy. You do spend a majority of your time working in that GA office, so typically it's 17 and a half hours a week, but here we're typically here more. So this is really my family, and I enjoy coming to work every single day. So since it is a big part of your life, don't just pick a GA because it's paying for school. Consider what skills you're going to gain from that, and also make sure you're going to enjoy doing it.
Just go for it. Find something you're interested in, apply. For me, it was just like getting to know a lot of these students, see just the growth in them over the years that they're here, and expand my leadership skills, and tuition waiver's nice.
I have been able to develop into not only an intellectually refined individual, but more so socially as well. Interacting with students has been the most rewarding opportunity being a GA, especially in the suite, because the students come in, they talk to you, you build connections, you network, and I feel that it has been rewarding as a GA personally for me. So the advice I would be giving to future graduate assistants would be to believe in yourself, because if you don't believe in yourself, you can't thrive. So have the confidence, step in, and take this as a learning opportunity, because none of us are perfect. You grow when you work, and your assistantship will help you develop the skills you require going into the professional world.
Graduate students are incredibly important to the work we do here at Slippery Rock. They are located throughout the university and provide direct services to students, to student organizations and providing assistance with programming and the day-to-day work of the university. If we didn't have our graduate students, we wouldn't be able to achieve the goals that we had in terms of serving our students the best we possibly can.
They bring this youthful, fresh perspective that a lot of us just don't have, and that's a very valuable, underappreciated certainly by other departments on campus maybe, but we appreciate it here.
Without my graduate assistant, I wouldn't be able to continue doing the social media initiatives that we've been doing, all of the video production, like SRU success stories and SRU cribs and kind of all of our fun videos that we do recruitment-wise. And then with, of course, website content management and our form management system, all of that stuff is handled through the graduate assistant. So I wouldn't be able to do my job without my GA.
They definitely add a little bit more perspective than what I have. Not saying that I'm old or anything like that, but for them they're a lot closer to the peer-to-peer age range. So when working with students in my program, they can kind of connect a lot more with that student and provide that support that maybe I can't, more on the supervisory boss role. So they definitely are able to connect with students, but then bring back to me different ways or perspectives on how we should program or how we should go about providing support to that particular student.
Everything is upon my grad assistant, so she's like the most important asset too, because I can generate the ideas and she is always on top of everything. I guess she's very professional. She's graduating in this May, and I guess she's grown into the very professional expert in the students' affairs, and especially Women's and Pride Center.
Our office focuses on grants and research, and we don't have an overabundance of student flow through our office. So having a graduate assistant helps with that much needed student perspective.
We get a brand new, fresh perspective. We get untapped potential and talent, which allows us administratively to do things we might not have time to do on our own. And secondly, it gives a student an opportunity to really develop personally and professionally and have practical experience behind them when they do the ultimate job search when they graduate.
They are a beautiful liaison between the office professional staff and the students. I think that they have a lot of conversations with our students that students probably wouldn't feel comfortable having with our professional staff, and so they help bridge that gap. And they come with creative and different ideas. So I find that a lot of times my graduate assistants are advocating for students in ways that I probably would not have listened to if it came from the student. I might have just been like, it's great, it sounds like an okay idea, but we're not doing that. Where the graduate assistant is able to really fight for them in a political way of just sort of being like, they really believe in this, and I really think that it would provide this opportunity and that opportunity, and that's more likely to sway a professional staff's decision.
Is our liaison at our executive committee, so she comes and she's there as an advocate for honors students as they're talking, to kind of think in new ways and kind of think laterally about ideas that are being suggested. And she basically is a sounding board for our ideas as well. So whenever I produce ideas or our associate director produces ideas, Hibist, RGA, is added into that list in the email and in the vote in the conversations, so that we can try stuff out before we roll them out to students or to parents or something like that.
She has been an invaluable member of the program in terms of the logistics that she manages. She helps to manage people, she manages events, she takes care of all of those little loose ends as the organization continues to grow. She's been so wonderful, so flexible, and so, I guess, crucial to our success.
Realistically speaking, there's more questions that our office gets than we have time to answer, and so our GAs are able to help us analyze some of the data that we need to answer certain questions.
I'll start off our sessions asking people what their major is or what they're really passionate about on campus, like if there's any clubs that they're a part of, and they'll tell me about all these different experiences that I didn't know about that are really interesting, that I can also tell other students that come through the program.
I work in transition series, so I teach kids how to transition through college. And one of the biggest things are teaching them financials, motivation, just trying to get their way through college in their first year. And it's one of the biggest programs that I work with, and it's a successful program.
As a graduate assistant engaging in the campus community, I've been able to give traditionally underrepresented areas a space to speak and be heard through social media, which I think is really cool and exciting. For example, we shot a video last semester about international students, and we had a student share her story about what it means to her to be an international student at Slippery Rock. And I've also been running the SRU Students Twitter account, so I choose people to tweet each week to share their experience of the SRU campus life and their views. So I think that's a really unique and cool opportunity that I get to engage with people.
Being in orientation where you have the chance to kind of impact thousands of freshman students as they come into the SRU campus, it helped me immerse myself almost instantly. On top of that, I work with the Orientation Ambassadors, a student organization on campus, so kind of getting to know some of the students, some of the best and brightest students on this campus, working with them, it all helped me kind of get my comfort with SRU and really grow to be a member of this community.
We network with so many departments on campus, especially because we represent underrepresented minorities on campus, and we do a lot of programming for them, and it's essential for us to make other students feel included, the entire campus community. We need them to know that this programming is for everyone, and so networking would be it.
So with the marching band,
Thank you, Dominique. That was a great interview.
Every band event, we're with the students all the time.
Maybe as a graduate student, you might not feel like you are being catered to, perhaps. But when you're a graduate assistant, whether it is through attending open houses or orientations or just helping out with events, you feel very connected to the community.
We're able to kind of jump in where we want to. So we have a GA that works with Greek life. I work with athletics. I'm looking to do a partnership with SGA. So basically, wherever a group or a class wants some career development presentation, we can kind of jump in and help with that. So we do try to be a big part of this community.